Miss MK. I'm so excited for us to have some music time together today. I wish I could hug every one of you and that we could have music time together, but I think we can still have some fun at home making music. So today I'm going to read you a story about a possum. Have you ever seen a possum before? They come in my yard all the time, and they're kind of funny looking animals. If you've never seen one, or if you forgot what they look like, this is a picture of one. So you see, possums are kind of scary looking, but we really need them. They're a lot more scared of you than you are of them. So if you ever see one, just let them do their thing and keep a distance, and they will keep doing great things for the world around us. Did you know that possums are marsupials? Do you know what a marsupial is? A marsupial is an animal that when it has its babies, it keeps them in a little pouch. The mama keeps them there, and it keeps them warm and happy, and it keeps them fed until they're ready to meet all of us and come out into the world. Kangaroos, wombats, and koalas are also marsupials. But the possum is the only marsupial that lives in North America, and we have a ton of them in Alabama. If you haven't seen one yet, I bet you will soon or one day. A lot of times, mama possums will carry their little babies on their backs to keep them safe, which is so cute. Possums are great because they eat thousands of ticks in their lifetime. Ticks are gross little insects that aren't good for us, so it's awesome that possums like to eat them. And they also like to eat other yucky things like slugs and beetles and cockroaches, which is great. I'm glad I don't have to eat like a possum, aren't you? Our book today is called Possum Comes a Knockin', and it's by a lady named Nancy Van Land, and it's illustrated by George Booth. Nancy Van Land was born in Louisiana, and you can hear in this book the southern Louisiana words like granny and pappy and ma and pa. So we're going to practice our steady beat while I read the book. So when I'm reading, most of the time, I will be saying the words in the rhythm of our eighth notes. These are the ones that we call TT notes in class. So T, 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 T. And you guys will be patting the quarter notes or the ta notes, ta, 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 along with me reading. So let me give you an example. So watch and pat along with me. Granny was a sittin' and a rockin' and a knittin' when a possum came a knockin' on the door. Can you pat with me? Granny was a sittin' and a rockin' and a knittin' while a possum came a knockin' on the door. Great job. So, see if you can pat the steady beat along with the whole story. Listen really carefully. So rub your listening ears. Listen really carefully because I might slow down or retardando, and I might speed up with the tempo and accelerando. Retardando means to slow down, and accelerando means to speed up. Can you pat the steady beat through the whole story? Get ready, because here we go. Possum come a knockin' at the door. Possum come a knockin' at the door. Granny was a sittin' and a rockin' and a knittin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Ma was busy cookin' in the kitchen making taters when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Pa was busy fixin' and a bangin' and a poundin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Pappy was a whittlin' making play toys for the baby when the possum come a knockin' at the door. Sis was tossin' baby while Pappy was a whittlin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Brother was untangling all the twiny line from fishin' while Sis was tossin' baby and Pappy was a whittlin', and Pa was busy fixin' and Ma was busy cookin', and Granny was a knittin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Coon dog was a twitchin' and a scratchin' in the corner when a possum come a knockin' at the door. Tomcat started sniffin' and a spittin' and a hissin' when a possum come a knockin' at the door. "What's that?" Sis said. "Don't know," Brother said. "What's that?" Pa said. "Don't know," Granny said. "But that cat," she said, "that cat ought to go." Then Dog started sniffing and a pawing and a growling, while the cat's tail a twitching was a hissing and a howling, making Granny stop a knitting and Pap stop a whittling, and Baby started fussing Sis and Brother started tussling 'cause a little old possum was a knocking at the door. "What's that?" Granny said. "Don't know," Pappy said. "What's that?" Ma said. "Don't know," Pa said. Then I creepy crossed the floor and I peeked under the door. "It's a possum come a-knocking at the door. It's a possum come a-knocking at the door." Then Brother came a-leaping, and Sis came a-running, and Baby came a-falling, and Dog started howling, and Pappy was a-chuckling, Granny's eyes were a-twinkling, and Ma followed Pa to the door. "Now hush," Pa said. "Now hush," Ma said, and slowly, creak, Pa, creak, opened the door. "Now y'all stop your hollerin', your fussin' and a tussling, 'cause there's nothing that's a-knocking at the door." "No possum," Pappy said. "No possum," Pa said. "No possum," Granny said. "No possum," Ma said. Then we all started doing like before. Granny was a-sittin' while Pappy was a-whittlin'. Ma was a-cookin' while Pa was a-fixin'. Brother was untangling while Sis was tossin' Baby. Coon Dog was a-scratchin' while Tomcat was a-lickin'. And I was just a-sittin' and a-lookin' out the window when I saw what I saw scoot up that old oak tree. A possum was a-scootin' and a-scramblin' and a-danglin'. That possum was a-knockin', made a fool out of me. Boys and girls, I had so much fun with you today, and you did a great job patting that steady beat. I'll see you soon.